But now you might be able to use your remote because remember, you was logged into me. That was the problem. So it was giving you that static. Now you might be able to touch. You know what I mean?
Okay. You wouldn't be around, but baby, I like the sweat, 'cause I was young and restless, but that was long ago. I don't wanna cry. So who did all that? Who did the video? Two. Is this a good long time? You know what you're doing.
I mean, I don't like putting them together, but it don't take me long to do it.
You want me with that? I don't think that's. Today. But so it's great vibes, great energy. Because I got time for it, right?
Exactly.
Okay, we not playing with y'all today. You don't want to write for this music just in case you want to be ready. Oh, do it. Over my face. Yep. I laughed because what else I'm gonna do? It's still gonna be in your screen because the way that like get me. Either way, it's gonna be what's gonna be, okay, y'all? Like I'm not playing today. Like I don't have the shenanigans. I don't deal good with shenanigans. So if y'all see me on this screen, it's cool. Y'all know it's me right here. Don't worry about it. I don't like at this point. I'm over it. Okay. What it is. It is what it is. All right. Look at that.
All right.
Hey, hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday, y'all. It is June 1st, and I feel like we haven't been here in forever. So the last time we sat on the couch was April 27th. So, May was Mental Health Awareness Month. Honestly, I feel like everybody had some things that was going on in life. So even our guest that was supposed to be on for May 4th and May 18th had some things going on. So we decided also, me and Kiana, to take a break from the show also and give everybody a time to breathe. Even though me and her still move like we crazy, but
can't keep still.
No, but today, June 1st, in the beginning, okay, I played No More Drama 1 because we leaving all of that, okay, where it was in the past. All right, and we have our special, amazing guest today. We're going to let her introduce herself, but if you've seen it pop up, or if you didn't, it is Queen Mother's Delights. but she will introduce who she is and what she does.
Hey y'all, my name is Chanel, the owner of Queen Mother's Delights. I am the best and robbers of banana pudding. I am the queen who loves to make your taste buds sing and dance, baby, okay? Yeah. And our mission is healing the community through one taste at a time.
Love that. I love that. Right. The healing the community through one taste at a time is like my favorite part.
Yes.
Favorite part, like one taste at a time. So can you elaborate on that part real quick? So like, how did you come up with healing the community one taste at a time? Like, how did you come up with that thought?
Well, when I was younger, my father used to say to me all the time, Chanel, you can't save the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I was always bringing people home, trying to feed people, you know. Yes. And I said, I may not be able to heal the world or save the world, but with my business, because I've been through so much. Mm-hmm. We all been through so much. Mm-hmm. You know, when you eating good, whether it's desserts, food, I hum, I sway, I talk.
Yes,
I
love it.
Yes, exactly. And I said, if I can just provide a place of peace and comfort, even if it's just for a moment, mm-hmm. for anybody that indulges in any of my food, my desserts, then I've done my job. You know, a place of peace, not just comfort, but tranquility, a whimsical place. Yes. You know what I mean? A happiness. You ain't thinking about that girl, that boy, that bill, that mortgage, that rent, whatever is negative. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not so much negative, but whatever is weighing on you. You don't think about it for that second, for that moment. You know, so that's I've done my job.
I think that's super
So cool. Michelle is on, but Michelle said, I'm trying to find it. Wait, I'm trying to find it. Wait, you know, life be life, and it's trying to make me copy and paste it. Basically, I can't read, but Michelle said, can Kiana find a way so we can see her? We see her forehead. With a nice little. I'm trying to.
Hey Michelle, I'm not playing with Facebook, Instagram, StreamYard, YouTube. I'm not playing with none of the streaming systems today, and they're trying to play a game with me. You can hear me. You might only see the shine on my head.
There it go right there. Okay, Michelle say,
Michelle,
can you move up a little?
I can't do it. Not today, girl. If you want to go over to Facebook, you will see my whole system here, but. Over there, you're going to see this shine because I'm not playing with it, okay?
So she probably is on Facebook because it looks like she is, but she's definitely, she's on my Facebook.
Sorry, Tish people, not today. Y'all going to see the shine
I was about
today.
To say, okay? I don't know. That's all you get.
I'm sorry.
Y'all know what she look like.
Y'all can hear me, though. Like, and just know this is me.
That's really what it looked like, though.
One thing you're gonna know is I come with shenanigans.
That's really
it's all love though. But ridiculous. The shenanigans comes with Kiana. I'm sorry. It's a thing.
All right. Well, let's see what you look like Instagram world. You probably look the same.
I probably look the same on Instagram world.
You know, all in my world, you look the same.
I look like a top of a head. But
y'all know what she look like.
Hey, y'all.
We can try to maneuver for y'all, but I think Kiana's over it today.
I'm not doing it today. I'm sorry. Y'all know me. Y'all know exactly what I look like.
She tried.
We tried for an hour. For a whole hour. No, I'm lying. We tried for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Not no more. We're not doing it. So that's it. And that's all. We ain't even going to speak on that energy no more.
I can't.
It's it. Okay. I want to get back to you, beautiful.
I know. I
want to get back to you because so food for me, right, is my happy place. Yes. Like it really, really is my happy place. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that what you ingest and what you bring into your system, whether it's food, whether it's books, whatever it is, it's going to affect your system. Yes. So if the person that is cooking your food or creating your food is not in the best of spirits, then guess what may happen to you?
Exactly.
Right? Can you speak on that, or are you familiar with that?
So this is a thing for my girls, for anybody that's helping me. If you have an attitude or you off, you can't come over here and help do nothing because I want nothing but positive energy in everything that I make, everything that we create. You understand what I'm saying? Because past this door, Leave all of it out of there.
Yes.
You need to go back upstairs and return, then you need to go back upstairs and come back when you feeling better.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want just anybody. I pray and ask God to send me the right people
Mm-hmm.
that not just want to get at a little buck,
Mm-hmm.
but enjoy doing what I'm doing. Because
Exactly.
this is literally my place of peace. Whether I'm cooking a meal
Yep.
or I'm creating desserts, it's my place of peace for me. I will zone out and I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if I may be hurting a little bit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
mother, you know, not a spring chicken anymore.
I know that's right.
So, you know, I might have to take several seats to do what I do, but I'm in my zone, I'm in my place, and I don't need nobody disrupting it
Mm-hmm.
at all. You know, I'll tell anybody. I know my son said, they just gonna eat it. No.
There's so
And
much
I
more
want
to
it's
that.
more
It's
to
more
that.
to
So
that.
much
First of
more
all,
to
I
that.
want to give what I want to receive
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a foodie. You know, food, I think food is sexy to me.
I love me some
You
food.
speaking my language.
Listen.
I love it.
I
Food is
love-
sexy
I
to
love
me.
food.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
I
it's sexy
ain't-
to me too.
Yes, just a quick little story. My oldest daughter, years ago, I was asleep and she said she was waking me up. I'm like, what do you want? Why are you waking me up? I just wanted to know if you was hungry. I said, I'm always hungry, girl. Just make the food. You ain't gotta wake me up. Just make it and bring it to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love to eat.
I know that's right.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not a salad chick. So, you know, I'm going to eat.
Mhm.
Okay.
One
So-
thing I'm gonna do
Is eat a meal.
Yes.
Yes.
So Michelle said, thank us for making her laugh. She needed that. She said, Kiana is showing your beautiful side, laugh out loud. And she said, we all have been taught for years to watch what you eat and who's putting their hands
Yes.
in their pot.
Mhm.
You're all absolutely correct. When you're in your own place of peace, it's amazing what you can do with your hands.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
right about that.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, this show is about mental health and self-love talk. So we bring on guests to kind of like see where they are, and especially in their journey in life. You know, so let's get into it and see. Lori.
Got some questions for
We
me?
do.
Okay.
I'm always doing the most. Don't
I'm like,
worry
what?
about it.
I'm
Don't
like,
worry about
They
it.
sitting over there on
Hey
your seat.
y'all.
They was sitting right on your seat. This girl.
Me.
This girl. First my people not gonna be able to see you. Then
Well,
you
they
ain't
can't
got
affect his
no.
leg.
Listen, I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Would you like to start?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, I would say, what practices do you use every day to help you nurture your self-care, so that way when you are making the food or preparing the food or anything around your craft, how are you making sure that you are where you need to be so that you're pouring that type of love or that type of energy into your food, if that makes sense?
It makes a lot of sense. So for me, I had to learn how to slow down. I had to learn how to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn how to listen to my body and give my body its rights, as far as resting, getting the right amount of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and tuning everything else out. Because for me, I was always jumping and running, trying to jump and run. I had to be there. I had to, and creating boundaries
Mm-hmm.
for myself. So I allow myself not to answer the phone if I simply just don't want to.
Yes.
I know that's right.
You know,
Yes.
I allow myself to, when I catch myself, I'll put the phone down. You know, I am reading more.
Mm.
I am studying more.
Okay.
I don't listen to music at all anymore.
Mm.
We are told to be careful what we eat, what we listen to, what we
Mhm.
watch, all of that. So for me, you know, it's a big part of my religion as well, not to listen to music.
Mhm.
And I understand why, because for me, I grew up in church.
Mhm.
I grew up singing, and you know, music was a big part of everything
Yeah.
that we did. And you know, when you listen to a certain song, it's going to have you in a certain mood.
Exactly.
It might have you thinking about somebody you don't need to be
Exactly.
thinking
And it's
about.
true.
Exactly.
Yes, that's so true.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I replace music with listening to different lectures, just sermons or whatever, and just giving myself my me time that I didn't give myself at all. I give myself a lot of me time.
I know that's right. That's important.
It's my daughter. I'm like, what do you want? All the time. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, okay, well, bye. Because I deserve to have my me time. I don't have to go sit in the bathroom as I did when my children were younger to get away from everybody. No, I can lock my door, knock before you come in, and you wait for me to tell you to come in.
I know that's right.
So that's and I take my baths. I'm a soaker. I love eucalyptics, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make sure I'll have my candles, my scrubs, my Epsom salt, my bath foam, everything.
You better
tell
me.
And I'll soak and I'll just listen. Don't nobody go handle your business before I go in there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a certain. It's not a certain time during the day or during the week. Just whenever I feel it.
I know that's right. So we have a guest that joined Jaguar, which is my mother. So she said, "What?" She said, "What is your dessert specialty?"
Okay, so what I am known for now is my banana pudding. But I started out baking underneath my grandmother, and I honestly thought that's where my business was going to take off.
Mm-hmm.
I had the name of the bakery. I had my little slogan. Greatness at Home Bakery, where you get a little taste of grandma homemade cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it didn't go that way. I still do my grandma Lita cakes. She's no longer with us. She transitioned February 22nd, and
that recent.
That was my mother. That's the one who mothered me.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at what I do from her as a specialty. It's a specialty because she was able to see me transform her recipe into these cake designs that I've embarked on doing. I'm self-taught, so I've learned to give myself a little grace, so that's a specialty in itself. Mm-hmm. But I am known for my 24 plus flavors of banana pudding.
Woo! 24 plus flavors is a big deal.
That's
a big deal. She said, "What? I didn't come to play."
And let me tell you something. It's delicious too, because I remember. Now I'm a big banana pudding person. I love banana pudding. I love bananas also. I definitely love banana pudding. I always have. But I remember being at home like, I need something to snack on. I need something to snack on. I need something to snack on. I was like, I'm gonna order some banana pudding. So I hit her up like, "Hey, you got some banana pudding?"
Don't that part. And said, "Kiana, I just ordered me some banana pudding."
I was like, listen, I feel like, everybody has something out here. Instead of us going and not supporting each other, why not support each other? Absolutely. So I'm like, I get it. Yeah, it costs me a little extra dollar, for delivery or whatever. And then I know I pretty could have just walked around the corner and got some wet banana pudding, because, they sell them in the little poppy stores and stuff like that. But I'm like, no, I know what it tastes like. I had it before. I want some more. Let me order some.
Let me call my girl. I know that's right. Support us.
So,
support each other.
So the thing is, I have my son, matter of fact, my son who called to find out where I was. He said, "Mom, everybody doing what you're doing." I said, "Don't disrespect me. One, everybody's not doing what I'm doing. They may be making banana pudding, but nobody is doing what I'm doing. I have absolutely created my own lane.
Right.
I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm not knocking nobody else. Not saying nobody else banana pudding isn't good. I'm not saying it, but it's not mine. I stand firm on my product. And the proof is definitely, might sound cliche-ish, it might be cliche-ish, but the proof is definitely in the pudding.
I love that.
I know that's right.
It's the 24 flavors plus for me.
And
that's amazing.
And counting.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
It up.
It's hard, like anybody can just put stuff together, but it takes a lot of craft and to know what you're doing to make all those different kinds of flavors and make them taste like something.
Yes.
So that's the thing. And you're right, like, everybody is doing the same thing. Like, who's not doing something that's out here that's not exactly similar, right? But it is about your own craft and what you put into it, you know, like your flavor of things. And that's just life in general with everybody.
And there's enough room for everybody out here, for all of us to do the same thing and make a living out of it. Because when I think about the bread aisle, you go in that bread aisle, you see all those different hundreds of different brands of bread. Everybody go pick the brand that they prefer.
We were just talking about that like a couple of days ago. That's exactly how it is.
That doesn't mean that company brand isn't good. It means that this is what this person just prefers.
Exactly. Think about this: McDonald's and Burger King on the same block.
Yeah.
Like, come on, it's on the same block
all the time. Because I might not want that today, but I want you today. But that's okay. I'll support you next week.
Also, $50 and Dollar Tree be next door to each other.
Yes.
They do.
So it's definitely enough abundance for us all.
Yes.
It's definitely enough abundance.
So we have another special guest on, which is your cousin.
My cousin
Lauren.
Hey, cousin.
Yeah, she says my cousin is the best. She makes my favorite cake.
Yes, and
Yay.
That's and I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, she making you emotional, cousin.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Because although my mother, when I say my mother, I mean my grandma Lita. Mm-hmm. Although she isn't here, I can still share and give a piece of her. Mm-hmm. She said to me a long time ago, she said, "Stop telling everybody that those are my recipes. They're yours now." I said, "No, Mom. The world will know who Grandma Lita is."
I love it.
You know, and one of her recipes was the cream, which is my cousin's favorite, the cream cheese cake. It's not a cheesecake, it's a cream cheese cake.
Okay.
Cake with cream cheese icing. And that's her favorite cake. That's the only cake that she orders from me. And it just does my heart good to know that before she left, she actually, like I said, seen me transform her cakes into something different. And even out with that one recipe I've started making, and this, all right, cousin, I didn't put this out there, but you know, I've started making a lemon cream cheese cake out of that same recipe.
Oh wow!
With fresh lemon juice, some lemon zest, you know, just to give it a fresh pop and taste. And the summertime is coming. You know, I know a lot of people love lemon flavor. I'm not a big lemon flavor, but I will tell you that it's good. And I'm not just saying it to toot my own horn, because I would want you to tell me the truth.
Exactly.
But it's actually good. I gotta taste it. I'm not big on lemon anything. I gotta taste it. And I taste it. I said, "Ooh, this is good." You know, so it just is. It has been very difficult navigating life without her. But just like I told my children, we have an abundance of memories, an abundance of smiles and laughs. She was one of a kind, definitely. And she lives on through us and through these hands right here. I'm the only one of the grandchildren that took on, you know, what she passed down. And I intend to do her. She said, "I'm proud of you."
I know, you know, that's right. She definitely is saying it.
Yeah.
She's watching you because you've been doing your thing, for sure. So she's watching you. With that being said, what are some practical strategies you use to maintain your mental well-being?
Prayer. A lot of prayer. A lot of prayer. And allow myself to feel my emotions. I didn't always do that. You know, when you are that strong Black woman, that was a disservice for us, you know, because we were taught to save face, you know, to keep it pushing. And that's all I did. Man, I told you when I fell last year, God said, I got something for you, sis. You're going to sit down and you're going to feel these emotions and you're going to do what you need to do for you so you can be okay. Because ultimately, our personal life has to be in order for our business, our professional life to really flourish the way it needs to flourish. And I have been working on healing,
Mm-hmm.
not surface work like I was doing before, but that deep core healing. Um, Mommy trauma, daddy trauma, childhood trauma, all of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it going through these processes had really helped me to be able to keep pushing forward, because that's all I've ever known how to do anyway. But it has allowed me to do it in a more healthier way,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I'm not holding and bottling everything up.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
So it makes a difference when you really work on it and feel those emotions and process them, you know, reflect on them, celebrate if you need to celebrate, you know, let it go if you need to let it go.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you eat your own stuff? Like, do you emotionally eat?
So I've learned that I am an emotional eater,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't emotionally eat my stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because, you know, I'm always tasting, I'm always trying, I'm always tasting.
So
And now what I will do is if I have some extra cupcakes, you know, lying around or some cake, then I'm going, you know, and my daughter say, Mom, you don't need it. Okay. You know. But once in a while I do have a taste. Go get me that banana pudding out the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not often because I taste it so much.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
kind of
So,
used to it.
Yeah. So I'll add everybody else, taste this. You want to taste this? Not, you know, not that I couldn't do it without tasting it, but I would never do it without tasting, having anybody taste it.
Of course.
You know what I
So
mean?
you know what you're putting out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Exactly.
important. That's important. Kiana.
So I just have a question, because you were saying that when you did the work, or you are currently doing the work, right?
Currently, yes.
And I think that that's dope, because not a lot of people do the work. They do the surface work, but they don't do that shadow work. They really don't go deep into the levels, right? So I want to ask you a question. And you said the daddy work, the mommy work, the little girl work, right? Or
all of that, all of that,
all the work.
Yep. Do you speak to that differently? Is there a different way that you would speak to yourself when you're doing the mommy work versus the daddy work versus the child work?
What I am actively currently working through is my mommy trauma.
Okay.
I've said to my mom, my birth mother, that I don't hold anything against her. My mom was 16 years old when she had me, right? So she did the things that she did out of her own trauma. You know, of course, you know, that doesn't negate the trauma that I received because of that. But I'm not angry with her. I don't hold nothing over her head. I forgive her. But I'm still working through my own trauma in the result of her, you know? And I explained that to her in that way, and she finally understood where I was coming from. You know what I mean? It wasn't an attack on her. But I've learned that because of me actively dealing with that my mom is a trigger for me. I am the child that wasn't around her all the time, but I'm the one who act more like her. And when I tell you, my mom is on go from the time it starts, from the time to end. She is on go. And I simply said to her one day, like, I don't want to do that all the time, because I've been parenting out of that, you know, for the majority of my children's life. But now that I know that I was parenting out of that trauma, I am unlearning so much stuff. So I have to deal with her a different way. I have to give myself more grace. I have to forgive myself for not doing good when I didn't know how as a mother. And I've learned to give myself grace, knowing that although I might have been parenting out of my own trauma, that trauma caused trauma for my children. You know, and I have to ask them for grace and forgiveness, because you can't work on you without working all these other parts or whatever. You know, and I have learned that I have had times where I had to really I've learned to hug myself and hug little Chanel and let little Chanel know that I love you. You didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. And I'm sorry that you had to endure the things that you had to endure. You know what I mean? And we might feel like silly hugging ourselves and talking to ourselves. You know what I mean? But I was watching something on TV and the little girl was just crying. And I sat there and I bawled. I cried so hard and I hugged myself. The harder I cried, the tighter I hugged myself. And I continued to tell little Chanel, I love you. I love you. I love you. You know, you have a purpose, you know. And my daughter came in the room and Mom, what? She's like, why are you crying? I was crying hard. You would have thought I was at somebody's funeral. Yeah, and everything my baby did for me, she did what I needed her to do, which I didn't even realize I needed her to do until after the fact. She came over and she hugged me and she held me tight.
Them hugs be magical.
And then she just walked out the room.
Like it.
She
didn't say nothing. Just hugged you and left.
Your kids have a way to do that. I remember when I was at my lowest in life. And my kids would never say nothing, right? They would just come and give you the biggest hug. And you just, all of that you felt at that moment meant nothing once you got that hug. Like, it was, and it's crazy because you don't want to release stuff to your kids, but it's almost like they want you to give it to them.
They do.
Because they know.
They know.
Because they can feel
it. They know they can feel it. Exactly.
And it's almost like you kind of do in a way because you feel so much better.
Because y'all are connected.
Exactly.
So the connection that they feel like, oh no, something wrong. They can feel that something is wrong too. So it's like, we gotta fix it. You know what I mean? Because in their being, it's like something ain't right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's go figure it out.
Exactly. And then I learned that, you know, during those moments that I have to mother little Chanel. I can't get from my biological mother what I need for her anymore. So I have to mother little Chanel the way I see fit for little Chanel to be mothered.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it's easy for people to lean on their crutches or do the surface work because it ain't.
It's hard. It ain't for the weak.
It ain't for the weak. Just like entrepreneurship isn't for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
When you're really doing that healing work, the deep work is not for the weak.
You know what I mean? What I think though? Entrepreneurship and healing work go hand in hand.
It goes hand in
hand because, like you said, if you ain't right together, maybe your business is going to show that. It's going to show not even just your business, your household, way you communicate with people, like your aura. It's going to show because it's like it's static. If that makes sense, it's static.
It's all over the place. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it definitely will show up because I know, like, if I'm not my best here, everything else just seems to be like on hold around me. Like, I can't seem to figure out which way I'm going or coming, or you know, it's like, am I doing this right? And you start to question everything you do. So you really got to be like, you got really be working on yourself.
You do, and then what I tell anybody is, it took years for us to accumulate all of the emotional baggage that we have accumulated. How many times have we went away on vacation and come back and a year later you go in that suitcase or that bag and you still at least find something in there that you ain't never unpacked? So as long as it took us to accumulate all of this emotional baggage, you know, trauma, everything, we have to give ourselves the grace to take those things out one by one, fold them, put them in a drawer, and close it. We gotta we have to give ourselves grace, and that's one of the things that I find that is hard in our culture for us women to do, is give ourselves grace. You know, we will be falling apart, dying on the inside, and we still showing up for everybody, but 2025 is about us showing up for ourselves.
It is true.
You know what I mean? And then along the way, people won't be hurt. They're going to be mad. They're going to be, them boundaries. I'm never going to forget. One time I wasn't answering one of my sons, and he ain't like it. He said, it ain't never been this hard getting in contact with you.
Because he couldn't figure out why he couldn't call you.
But I realized that I have to be true to myself, honest with myself, and say, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with whatever, if it's from my son, my daughter, whoever. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with this right now. And it's okay, because I know it's okay to not be okay.
But like the fact that you got to the point where it's okay to not be okay, and that's funny because if y'all didn't know, Tish has a whole mental health business, right? And it's funny because
That's what
one
I'm
of her
saying.
sayings on her mugs and her cups and her
what's them things?
tumblers,
It's not even the tumblers that you sit the cups on. What's them
Oh,
things?
the
Toasters.
Yes, because I look at it
all of
every
it.
day.
It says it's okay to not be okay. So y'all should go click the link, right?
Yes.
Go click that link in my good girl Tish bio
Yes.
and get that, because it really is okay to not be okay, but you have to get to that point.
Yes.
Yes.
That is also a learned instinct.
And it's okay to be reminded, because I literally look at, I don't have nothing sitting on it.
Just have
It's just sitting there, and I don't see it I know it's there, but I don't lock eyes on it every day. But I lock eyes on it when
it's needed.
Exactly.
And you know what? That is a lot of the reason why, like, some people want me to just make everything. And honestly, that is one of the reasons why I don't make everything. The products that I create is products that we use on an everyday life. You know, the pillowcases, we got to go to sleep. I want you to lay down with that reminder, or, you know, for us, fashionable earrings for the ladies, because, you know, but it gives you a reminder of, you know, Kiana has on my earrings
Every day.
You know, like, she is strong, but it gives you that reminder, you know, looking on refrigerator magnets, you know, going in the refrigerator, like you said, the coaster, you know, you don't have to, you know, lock into it every day, but there will be that moment where you need it and it will be there. And to me, that was what was important in creating products.
For sure.
It came down to mental health.
For sure.
I absolutely
And with all of this, I can't sit here and not talk about my sister, Tedja Morris, because of her. Years ago, she introduced me to personal development. And because of me being introduced to personal development, I was able to work on some things that I had no clue that to this day right here that I could talk about it and not break down and cry and not see red and not want to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? And it was steps. It was steps. And I've learned, as she say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. I'm learning to chew the meat and spit out the bones. That served a purpose for me that I desperately needed at that time. And then I moved forward. You know what I mean? And I'll tell anybody, we won't be healing from the day we die. Nobody is ever going to be 100% healed. Because once we work through one thing, we still got something, 100 other things, more than 100 other things that we won't have to work through.
And life is still going to continue to life while you're working on those things. While you're working on those things, life is going to continue to life. So you have to be able to maneuver and to bounce back and to keep going. Even if your keep going is sitting down and being still. Because my keep going today, honestly, I've been having a day all day, y'all. So my keep going today was, girl, you need this good old bath. Like, seriously, you need to sit down, you need to relax, you need to just rest, you need to herb it up, and you need to just have you some you time and think and just be by yourself.
And you need
nothing, no music, no nothing. Just your thoughts.
Well, that's what, when you asked me, you said, well, what are you doing on this self-care Sunday? You know, and I have to be very intentional of my self-care Sundays, because at some point I was not doing a lot of self-care. You know, so if I don't take no day, I take this day. And she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Just laying here. No music, no TV, no nothing. Just laying. You know, and sometimes that is my downtime, which a lot of times I don't give that to myself at all. So now I'm like very intentional. And then it was like, when I learned how to do it, that was why I was like, okay, I wrote the guidebook to try to teach other people and give them amazing tips on how to do it. Because believe it or not, a lot of people don't know how to take care of self.
Oh no, that's a thing.
That's a big, big thing.
So what I've noticed is with my 16-year-old, she said, Mom, can you run me a bath? I'm sitting here like, I'm the one that's in pain. Like, this chick really asking me to, Mom, can you please? I'm like, you know how to run your, Mom, can you? And I just did it. So I did everything I do for myself. Put some baking soda in the water, the Epsom salt, all of that. And I went and got some candles and lit the candles, made sure she had a lot of bubbles in there.
She wanted your effect.
That's what I was about to say. That's exactly what she wanted.
She wanted that relaxed, chill vibe. She wanted the scenery that she saw with you. She wanted you to recreate it for her.
Yeah. So I'm happy that it's certain things that, even for my oldest daughter, Because I was 18 when I had her. So I literally grew up with her and my oldest son. I literally grew up with them. Like I don't know if my cousin's still on there, but wasn't nobody coming for me. And my parenting with my youngest daughter is different than what it was with my oldest daughter. And I'm happy that I am able to have this with my youngest daughter, because my oldest daughter, she didn't see me, she didn't hear me talk about accountability in a form, but not the way it has been done for these last I don't know how many years. Having an open dialogue with her, and really pouring into her the way I poured into my youngest daughter. Not that I haven't poured into her, but when you don't know better, you don't do better. You know what I mean? And so for my youngest daughter to be at a point where she knows that she needs a mental health day.
Yes.
Because she has asked me, Mom, can I have a day? People might say, that's just, no. I needed a mental health day when I was in school.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I didn't have it wasn't prevalent the way it is now. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that I can give that to her. We can have the dialogue, or she can call me from school and say, Mom, I'm overstimulated.
Yeah.
And that she recognizes
I'm pissed. I'm trying not to, you know what I mean? And so for her to take on some patterns after me, that's a positive, good thing. Like I'm all for it, I'm thank God. I thank God that I didn't just pass on we showing up, we pulling up.
Yeah, you're leading by example now, and a different example.
Exactly.
A different example you're leading by, and I respect you for that, for even being aware to say, hey, I do know that I wasn't here when you guys were younger, but I am here now. So moving forward, this is what we're going to do, and that now they can see, and now recreate what you're doing, which is commendable to you, because that means that you're doing the right things, and that they're seeing the right things, and now they want to incorporate it into their lives, which is only going to elevate them and help them become better, successful individuals.
Even with my daughter, my 30-year-old, there's times that she'll call me and say, Mom, you'll be proud of me because this is, and I ain't say nothing, and I ain't.
I was your firecracker.
I'm like, oh, listen, we come from a line of firecrackers.
Okay.
It's definitely in the blood on both ends. It's definitely in the blood, and so I'm even grateful for that because we butt heads a lot. She has a very strong personality, and so do I. But I have worked hard to not be that explosive the way I was before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I worked hard to listen now. Let me walk this. I don't bother nobody and what rainbows and unicorns,
Yes.
But I am, even with that, just lets me see that whether she want to admit it or not, that she's paying attention. Because I have had conversations like, listen, because I call her girl, like, we can't do that. I need you to, I understand, but let's think about it. Just different talks, we've had. So it lets me know that she's listening. She's watching.
Yeah. Understood.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Well, we're going to start something different. And even my co-host, my wonderful co-host.
I wasn't ready.
She ain't know. So on this June 1st and for the rest of the year and remaining, we will be doing something that I know she will love.
I'm going to love it.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
So we will be picking affirmation cards.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! Great!
Yes.
I love it. It is blue.
Yes.
Okay. This is the one.
Okay.
So
all right.
cute.
Let me see. Pick mine.
Oh, wow.
Everybody.
All right. Who want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So it says, I choose to be happy and love myself today. Can I tell you something? One of my hashtags all the time, and I'm going to start hashtagging again, would be I choose to be happy.
Oh,
hashtag.
that is perfect.
I choose to be happy.
Come on. Come on.
That
I love
awesome.
it so bad.
Kiana.
Mine says, I am proud of who I've become.
Yes.
I love it so bad.
Yes.
Now, I didn't even read mine, so let's see. I'm proud of my decision.
Wow.
Come on,
Yeah.
ladies.
Well, wait a minute. When I first met you, you decided to leave your job.
So
y'all back to the economy.
let me tell you something. All of our cards are awesome. And again, you've seen us all just pick them, right? So again, this will be a thing that we do. But I gave my job back. And it has been, 7 months? Almost
It's been
8.
long. Wow.
It's been almost 7, 8 months. And I can't say, like you said, entrepreneurship is tricky. I've been extremely busy, but I'm grateful to be busy.
Yes.
It has its ups and downs. It has its moments, but I would not work for anybody, honestly.
I know
ever
that's
again.
right. Yes.
I feel like I own my time. I can't have brunches and meetings at 11 o'clock in the morning. I've been so lucky and grateful. So this card, I am proud of my decisions.
Yes.
That is true. I am proud of my decisions.
Yes.
And Kiana card, she's proud of who she's become. Yes, we say all the time we give each other our flowers, but literally at the end of September, I feel like me and her said, you know what, we want to do something.
Yes.
And we want to do, what we want to do. We just want to go out here and do it. And I feel like we both have been doing it. So I seen Kiana grow and move and, being out here and doing her self-love and motivational speaking and the things that she do and just out here in the community. So we all are doing our thing. And you choose to be happy, that's a big thing.
It is.
Because that's what everybody needs.
And then people, I ain't gonna say people, us folks,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our counterparts depend on other people to make them happy.
Oh, we just had this conversation.
And no matter how much love, like, or whatever it is that you is with whoever it is, if you don't love yourself, if you don't choose to love yourself, you're never going to reach that level of happiness or love that you want to reach. Like, I don't.
Because they're
I
trying
say,
to fill a void that's unfillable
exactly.
because they're looking for it from the outside source.
Exactly. But you know what?
Yes.
One of my prayers is I ask God all the time, let you be enough for me. Let you be enough for me. And everything else I follow.
Everything else
I follow.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I love me.
Mm-hmm.
I love my company.
That's right.
I sleep good at night.
Yeah.
By myself. I sleep good.
Listen, I say that all the time. I don't mind. A lot of people be like, you single? And I'm like, yeah. But I don't mind being in my era of single until I feel like, someone comes along that's worthy to be in my presence of not being single.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I respect the fact that we out here doing it.
Yes.
We, I've seen the change in everybody. Because I've seen the change.
I love it.
So, since we talk about I choose happy, I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all know how I be. So on my screen, you can't see my full body, but on Kiana's screen, y'all over there, I'm talking directly to y'all. You don't see me with my slippers. I know y'all been seeing them the whole show. We can't read comments, but if anybody's watching, anybody's looking, that's because I choose to be happy. So I choose to wear these slippers today. That part, but I'm not playing with y'all.
Don't come for her slippers, is what she's saying. Don't do her or her slippers.
Because I know somebody's watching. And for the auto world, because they check us. They be checking us out. You ain't got to tell us, but we know. They're like, she got those slippers today. But yes, I chose to be happy with these slippers. But we going to get out of here soon. But before we do, we have to let her tell you where you can be found to everybody, because definitely my mother asked, where are you located? How can they reach out to you?
Okay.
And get your amazing pudding.
Okay. 24 plus. I had to put that in there.
24 plus flavors.
Yes.
And, that plus is in counting.
Counting,
yes. And before I give you my information, my intentions are to roll out my pints of banana pudding ice cream.
Okay.
Summer.
What?
Yes.
Okay, let me taste that.
Listen. I have my packaging and I have my logo. So I am,
Yes. Congratulations on that rollout.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. But you can find me on Instagram, Queen Mothas, Mothas Delights. You can find me on TikTok, Queen Mothas. Mothas, Delights.
Yes.
On Facebook, you can find me at Queen Mother's Delights, or you can find me at Chanel McCray, SHANEL MCCRAY. I can be reached at 267-603-3342. I am currently working towards a truck, a food
Come
truck.
on.
That's my goal.
Yes.
That's
I know
one of my
that's
goals
great.
on my list. So that's what I'm working towards, and just stay tuned.
Oh,
Yes,
I
love
love
that.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
thank you for coming
Yes.
and
Thank you
sharing
for
this
having
space with
me.
us.
This was fun.
Being
Yes.
open
Yes.
and
We
actually
tell
having
people
these
come
conversations.
Yes, come sit on the couch with us.
Yes,
So
yes.
look, we say it all the time. Whoever's watching, please like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Okay. Now you know we always got some technical difficulties somewhere, but we actually everywhere. We on all platforms of Spotify, iHeartRadio. We on YouTube when we can get on there. We on IG, Facebook. We all around, right?
I was just there the other day.
We on iHeart, we on Spotify, we on all them other platforms. So make sure that you check us out on those platforms if you just want to listen to us audio wise. But make sure you check out Queen Mother's Delights. Make sure you get with her. You will not be disappointed. And if you are also one that want to come and sit on the couch with us on Soul Talk with T and Key, make sure you reach out. We bring everybody to the couch. You are not one to be like, oh no, we don't want you as a guest. We want everybody as a guest. So make sure that you come and you sit here with us and tell your story, because again, self-love and mental health is important. And it's not just important to the community as we give back to y'all, but it's very much important that y'all understand that we want y'all to give back to yourselves.
Yes.
So with that being said, we are out of here, you guys.
Bye.
And thank you so much.
Thank you. Love y'all to life.
Yes.
Make sure y'all love yourselves.
Yes.
On purpose.
Yes.
This was absolutely amazing. I'm so
Thank you
happy.
so
Thank you
much.
for inviting me.
I'm so glad you came and had a good time.
Yes.
I absolutely love the new edition of the
Yeah,
affirmation.
This is.
She knew that was gonna make my heart smile. She should have told me in the beginning to get my energy
cracking
right.
up. That's
Okay.
funny.
I got a whole affirmation station at my house.
Okay.